Ari's favorite champion is going to be Ari, so going into Summoner's Rift, I think Team Liquid got what they want.
And I think FlyQuest is on Ultra Comfort. And I think Ultra Comfort allows us to inspect the early game that we have tripped up on the last couple of times.
All right, it's time to rock and roll. Game 1 of week 7. Spica looking for maybe a nice early gank up here with the top side. Summit only level 2. Still has the flash. W2 is going to be flashed away from, but the flash, Arctic Assault to follow. It's first blood over the Impact.
That's a nice little pickup there.
So you would expect Lee Sin to go top Scuttle Crab because he got pushed off bottom. However, is bot, and there is going to be a 3v3.
All right, 3v3 starts with Prince eating a lot of aggro. He's already popped the cleanse, but it won't matter. It's Pioshik taking the crown from Prince, and Team Liquid answers back.
And
once again, Impact versus Summit. It's Impact just sort of bullying him around a little bit here in these trades. The Cho'Gath struggling early on, but Pioshik's coming in for the gank. Summit's just got to stay alive enough to be able to help out with this. Impact's now finding himself in a 1v2. Gonna get silenced, gonna be taken low, and Pioshik gets his second of the game.
a lot of it is just eye contacting bottom lane. The marksman
I can tell, they're literally not moving.
Yeah, correct. It's so important to be able to get them ahead. Level 16 for both junglers.
Both of them are level 6. Baker comes in over the wall. Prince is going to be killed first, and Pioshik does not die. They aren't able to get the last 100 HP. FlyQuest get outplayed. 3v sort of maximization that you can find. And Pioshik is now going for the first neutral objective of the game. It is that Rift Herald. No super early Drake this time around, despite the fact that we've seen both junglers bottom lane a couple of times.
And honestly, this is a little bit of a nightmare for FlyQuest from my perspective if I was their coach, because you've drafted quite strong level 6 champions to be able to contest this Herald. You can't bring your Nami up.
Fan of it if you actually play to your limits with it. If you go Bloodthirster and then don't take any damage in a team fight, it doesn't seem great. But if you flash in aggressively and play make with it, it can be a big boon. Herald earlier for TL, but unfortunately with all the struggles in early game here from a FlyQuest POV, TL will get the first Drake as well.
However, it is pretty late, you know, so an 11-minute dragon, this is not going to be the 24 to 26 minute soul, so at the end of the day, this...
But Harry with a nice charm as he lands the E2. Oh, it's time to go all out. All right, let's see what they can get done here. It's Impact and Spica looking to take down Summit. The Rupture buys a moment longer, but they can't get him in range for a feast. It was on cooldown.
Felios now assaulting your bottom lane turret.
Yep.
The more gold you can get into this champion, the better his late game will become. Obviously not going to be the same level of burst. Prince steps up.
Prince just dashed in. I don't know what in the hell the boy was thinking, but he's not thinking anything more for the next 20. Is challenging Team Liquid to answer them here with the second Rift Herald of the game. A TP will be committed from Harry, so you know Team Liquid is ready to answer for it. Let's see what this fight does. Vikla's back in mid lane. The Silas is not here. Team Liquid are forcing FlyQuest away, and with the secure on the Herald, they're going to take the objective, but FlyQuest isn't done. They want to chase after the Team Liquid players. Spica leading the charge. Nami Wave coming in. Vikla fighting Pioshik here off to the side, not able to lock him down long enough before he can get out of the river. CoreJJ is going to be your next target, but Vikla's here in the front. He's taking too much damage. Summit's in the middle of everybody, and he takes a big old bite out of Vikla. Now they're going to get a side of Sejuani, and Spica drops next. Team Liquid washes over him, and Pioshik's gonna pick up another. A double kill back over to Harry. Impact just got impacted, and Ayla is the only one swimming away.
And what a team fight from Team Liquid, able to swoop in. They had teleport advantage off bottom lane. I don't think FlyQuest had any business contesting that Herald, and now this game is a 6,000 gold lead.
Seems like the play call was you have to fight now, it's not going to get better later. Well, now did not suit FlyQuest. The push continues in mid. Look, we've said this before, Team Liquid have lost from advantageous positions, but you can't get a much bigger lead as this Drake is about to come down.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Team Liquid. The early game, Spawn, you even pointed out, when you play against this team, you expect to probably be down in the early. Still that plus 30 CS that we were talking about from the laning phase that largely got overshadowed because of the attention to the side lanes. Back here in bottom lane, Impact eventually might be able to wear Summit down, but this is the classic wet noodle fight between tanks.
Juggler is coming.
Does a good job, however, of buffering through the Rupture, and he's got more boys coming more quickly. CoreJJ tries to throw out a lantern,
but to him a couple of times in the side lane.
Well, both junglers have found their way topside this time. It's Vikla just being erased. Now we're going to reinforce both sides with the top laner. Time to retreat. It's another kill going the way of Team Liquid as FlyQuest mounts a counterattack, targeting the Cho'Gath. He is very, very tanky, even on the front line. They're not going to do anything to him. Team Liquid arrives with some backup, and Jan got the green gun to go in from a long way away. Spica gets dropped by the Sonic Wave, and Pioshik picks up another kill on this world champion performance we're seeing out of his Lee Sin here. Goes in.
Not enough damage, and now Team Liquid is going to hit the Baron dry.
Team Liquid ready to start this Baron up. Their jungler is 6-0-5, 100% kill participation, has 2 full completed items and a stopwatch ready to use to back it up. Pioshik is the man to watch for the playmaking. Core JJ right next to him all game long. Pioshik goes godlike and then goes golden to drop the aggro. Team Liquid pick up the kill on Ayla, so the enemy support's dead for 25 seconds. Impact's gonna lead the charge as FlyQuest looks for any potential.
It's not going down that fast.
FlyQuest go over the Hex Gate to find themselves on the other side of the pit. But now, they've traded sides of the Rift. It's a 4v5, and FlyQuest are a man down, 7,000 gold behind. They go in looking for the kill.
Okay.
They find it on the Ahri. Harry's been shut out of this fight now, and Team Liquid wants to see if they can get any sort of vengeance for it. They're going to lock down Summit to stop some of the chase, but Pioshik's still ready to go. Prince puts a couple bullets in him and stops the chase there. FlyQuest
Doesn't necessarily mean the scaling is in our favor, but it does give FlyQuest a chance to breathe.
And more importantly, Team Liquid wanted to threaten Baron to then get set up over the Dragon.
Yep.
FlyQuest catch them before that setup is achieved. This is always when a team is the most weak. Transitioning across maybe a little bit lazy there from Team Liquid, but a great capitalization and punishment now potentially.
To protect the puppy, you gotta go after the puppy's best buddy instead. Let's see if Team Liquid can finish the Baron this time around. They got it down to half HP. Core JJ and Harry separating a little bit from the rest of the squad. They've got Pioshik and Summit still inside the pit. It's gonna be confirmed by Pioshik. He will not lose the Smite fight. And now Spica and FlyQuest try to fall back. Sejuani's tanky, but I don't know if she's tanky enough to get away. Not from Harry, not today. Prince keeps on running. Only 300 HP left. Means Navi's gonna deploy the tidal wave just to keep him alive. Vikla won't be so lucky. Silas just broke out of jail and they're in the game now. Pioshik jumps in. He doesn't get the angle on Prince, and now he's gonna draw the aggro from everybody else. They go all out just to bring him down. That's the enemy jungler out of the picture. It is a 4v4. Team Liquid recognizing the lack of their ults and the expenditure of their summoner spells started to fall. FlyQuest gotta be careful not to overchase though. They've got low
Vikla has TP.
and they got no money compared to what Team Liquid has in pocket. Vikla coming around from the side. Can he really even do anything? Look at the health bars on Spica, on Prince, on Impact. They're all so low. It's got to be something crazy here from FlyQuest. Prince wants to follow it up. Jan's still got full. Jan's got Infernum. The AoE of the Aphelios might just be able to kill everyone. Core JJ grabs the kill on Ayla. Jan's going to do. No matter everybody else on FlyQuest is going nowhere but straight down. Team Liquid with a triple kill on their mid laner will give FlyQuest their 3rd loss this split and absolutely slam them to kick off week 7.
And Harry Poggers showed up to play today. One mistake, but the rest of the game took over. Team Liquid pick up a must-win game.
But I want to go back to what you were talking about before the draft when we got into this. The TSM schedule, you said it's still very possible for them to make it into playoffs, but you got to make sure that, you know, you're winning the games against the opponents that you're predicted to be able to beat. The Des talked about that at the top of the day, too. If you're a middle-of-the-pack team, you need to guarantee that you beat lower of the pack. Walks over, clears that ward. Yeah, he's not going to get the gank off, but without that vision, now you're going to have to play even more safe. Tactical and, oh, Fleshy with a nice dredge line. He's gone fishing, and it's going to be a big one pulled up here for Immortals. They'll get first blood, but Boogie's ready to do something about it and get one back. He's got to be careful because Viego is nearby. They see that mist coming around the wall. They'll deploy Boogie's clone to make sure.
Pseudo-sustain here, but both teams out around mid. This could be a 3v3.
It's a party in mid lane. Maple got knocked up into the air. Kenby goes for the flash, and the follow from Fleshy is ready to go. Immortals find the first kill. Boogie jumps in, seeing if he may be able to recover something here second, but they still had the body. They still had that spirit there for Kenby to possess. First neutral objective in the Rift Herald. You can see Balulu just using the ulti, chunk Maple low, make it harder for TSM to try to interfere with this objective.
Exactly, he hits the 1Q there, and then that's all it takes for him to just be willing to just let it rip. I mean, Maple's getting poked out very heavily. This is almost impossible to enter. If you try to walk through that corridor, you're gonna get roasted by Vel'Koz W's. The E is very easy to hit walking through that corridor as well, so You know, just let it rip. Use that ulti for the lane prio later on in the game when you have a couple items.
Ability of a Wukong and an Annie working together for those big AoEs, but TSM's got to make sure they stop this bleeding.
Absolutely, and I think range is going to be the big difficulty for them. You know, can they actually deal with the Varus and Vel'Koz poke later on? Sure, Sion could get to the point where he builds a Warmog, he starts shrugging off that poke, but they do have the ability to try to poke past him, look for champions like the Annie that really do struggle to actually find positioning as long as you're tracking them on vision, and he can really struggle. Not Jace, it is not that more traditional poke as you're talking about, where you can just have that brick wall standing in front of it, deliberately tanking all the poke and kind of shrugging it off. It's much more difficult to deal with. Sion can definitely clear brushes, can help you to try to establish that vision, but look at this!
Oh, Maple just getting chunked for a massive amount of HP, but TSM have found their way in from a counterattack, and Chime's gonna find the first kill. They're gonna grab the second, and it goes over to Boogie. TSM, they get jumped on.
Against the Vel'Koz. So I do think an HP-based item here could be more effective in a game like this. We'll see if that does actually hurt Solo a little bit later on. But he has 0 defensive stats against the Vel'Koz, who can be a threat to frontline.
Well, at least for the early phases here that we are still in, it'll be doing fine against the Gnar and the Viego, but Fleshy's got to back up in the bottom side. The Gnar has showed up to try to help these guys now, but again, it's a defensive ulti from Kenvi. It's Revenge having to jump away defensively. It's TSM.
Comes Sion!
Bringing in the choo-choo train! Here comes Sion, but he won't catch anybody in time. Instead, the laser sweeps in from Balulu, but again, it's not enough. Everybody's throwing in the kitchen sink, but nobody's got a nice kitchen. Immortals and TS
Immortals actually start this up. They know that Annie had to go back to base and has no TP, so they do have the extra man. And I think that's going to give them the confidence to try to actually secure this dragon.
Okay.
TSM is basing, so Immortals, yeah, they don't get any kills, but they do maintain a slight gold advantage, and they grab their first dragon of the game.
All right, they're going to feel good about that. The point
Reliant on those auto attacks, and when there are people who are doing heavy magic damage, this thing doesn't really do much for you. TSM, though, trying to trade back with his Herald on the top side.
he'll still be a raid boss, but the raid boss does have that red weak spot that says, hey, if you hit me here, that's how you're supposed to win this fight. Ooh, close, but unfortunately.
Own play to feel like you're in a good spot. Oh, they're gonna find a pick.
Uh-oh, over the wall they go, into the ground he goes, Chime is down.
Dragon. First move to Dragon becomes so important, but Revenge is going to get this tower. Is he going to get out? Boogie's got to try to actually interrupt the hop here with his ulti. That's what he's looking for.
Just starts off immediately with the Q so that then he can get the reset after using it, capable of doing some AoE. And you can see Balulu will just nuke those waves down, and it's time for Maple to try to run away because his allies have already fled the scene, but it's Fleshy and Kenvi coming down. They all go back. Fleshy just mad-lifed him, and Maple doesn't have any way home.
Kenvi's to the side where he's going to be looking for that flash out. He goes down, and that means it should be an easy dragon here for Immortals. Revenge is rotating down, has a good amount charged up on that Meganar. So if TSM actually commit to the fight, Revenge could look for a flank here, and that would be really problematic. They're going to go for a steal, not going to be able to get it.
Can't get it Immortals. That means they can just secure them.
For these picks, establishing vision control, and play heavily towards those dragons, try to go for soul.
Oh man, Maple just showed his face in top lane, and Immortals are immediately ready to try to punish it. Two TPs coming in at the same time. Solo's gonna be knocked up into the air. The Vel'Koz damage just drowns him. Balulu takes out the front line of the very start. Tactical's nearly killed, and Turtle's gonna get the outplay off the side. It'll be a 1-for-1. The top laner for the AD carry as the fight explodes.
Health though, Boogie is down to about half health. They're gonna look for the engage. Here comes the TP.
Solo just wants it. They know they can't let him poke. He cannot tank. There's just no way against the Vel'Koz. Solo's too squishy. See it? TSM threw him into the grinder, and Immortals are about to hit Soul Point on that Infernal Soul.
Yeah, Sion's just not even close to being able to actually tank up all of this damage, even with the Karma behind him. He's gonna need a lot more items, and he is getting dangerously behind the pace of the game. When these damage dealers on the other team get too far ahead of your tanks, you can never really hit that critical mass where you can become kind of that brick wall and create space for your damage dealers. And from really putting their damage over the top.
Solo's going in again. Boogie's right with him. Tactical's killed immediately. Balulu fires the laser back over the wall. He'll get one back on Chime. I believe that's 100-0.
Revenge can potentially join the team with the TP if he needs to. We'll have to pay respect to the fact that multiple members did base.
Oh, that was not what Revenge wanted. He wanted to try to use the ulti to knock them away before he got locked down. He commits the flash even, trying to get further away from this. that was an error because you're not getting away.
Varus and Vel'Koz on red side can contest Baron really well without committing because they can just constantly poke over the wall. And that is what TSM will have to deal with here. Maple on the side, though, and Solo on the other.
They want to find some way to stop this. Boogie tries to engage on him, but immediately loses most of his power. Solo's ready for the follow-up, and Turtle is disintegrated. They follow it up with Chains of Corruption from Tactical. Look at Solo on the front line trying to survive this. As long as Balulu stays on him, it's so hard for the Scion to live. He's
on the side here, hard to engage in onto. Maple's trying to find him.
Maple just flash engages with the Vel'Koz. He'll survive a little bit longer here with a stopwatch. Revenge swoop. Oh! Balulu's unstoppable. Balulu's still alive. Maple doesn't kill him. Vel'Koz is running away, but Tibbers gets enraged. They'll end up trading the mid laner for a couple picks on the enemy squad. Maple and Chime both down. Tactical running.
Be able to get it. We're back to live. We're looking for Soul.
TSM wants to go in. They find Fleshy.
Balulu!
Horde taking a lot of damage, but it won't matter when Vel'Koz is over the wall. How many times will TSM get caught by this Vel'Koz laser? The follow-up damage comes through, and Solo's forced to ult away. But now it's TSM taking out the enemy jungler and finding themselves with a man advantage. Balulu's still the X factor. He's still the one that might be able to find the damage over the a massive chunk coming from this poke, coming from this Vel'Koz. Turtle goes in. He just might die.
Oh!
No, he won't. That Turtle went wild, baby. He gets the kill shot on Tactical, and finding themselves with a man advantage. Balulu's still the X factor. He's still the one that might be able to find the damage over the wall. Again, it's going to be a massive chunk coming from this poke, coming from this Vel'Koz. Turtle goes in. He just might die.
Oh!
No, he won't. That Turtle went wild, baby. He gets the kill shot on Tactical, and the bottom jungle fight rages on. Balulu's still alive, and that's the only man TSM's really worried about right now.
They got this
They've
now.
got the trap line down, and it means they'll secure the Drake and stop the Soul.
Man, that almost looked like a colossal hit from Turtle. That was so...
Auto attack damage as Maple tries to get away, but the ultimate from Nautilus is still chasing. Now Immortals are looking for their moment. They're already going to kill off Maple, but Boogie's found the back line. He goes in for Tactical. He flashes to guarantee the kill. Kenby wants to get out, but Balulu's locking down the enemy jungler. They can't get the reset there for the Viego. Resurrection comes out. Revenge wants to go over the wall, but he's stopped by Solo. He has to flash to get the follow-up, and now Turtle's going to be locked down. They try to go for a bit more damage, but it's a 3v2.
Oh!
They get the execute, and Kenby has gone in. Solo tries to stand, but against Balulu, he can only fall. A triple for Turtles with the right on his epitaph as Immortals take out 4. Their jungler's still alive, and that Baron's looking mighty tasty.
Man, what a fight from both sides there. That was...
Drake, it is Infernal Soul supplementing all that poke they already have. TSM have used Turtle's traps to close off the pathway up into the enemy blue buff jungle. As you can see, Tactical and Kenby starting up the Drake. They're pulling it down towards the bottom side of the river, further away from the traps of the Caitlyn. Some of those traps expiring now as TSM reassessing what they need to do, where they need to be. Balulu, still the guy to keep your eyes on. Solo wants to zone Kenby and Tactical away, but he's got to be careful he doesn't just get caught out. Balulu stepping back, providing a little bit more covering fire as Solo has to flash away now as well. Boogie wants Balulu. Fleshy blocks the edge in the hole from hitting the mid laner, and Immortals seem to have won the health fight, but hasn't been convincing enough to force the Drake now. Maple and Turtle, both still at full HP. Boogie the same. They want to buy enough time for Solo to retreat and return with the teleport. Immortal still using that poke. They've still got Balulu safely behind a wall. Turtle had to flash away. The Drake at 3,000 HP. Fleshy's here on the front line, and Turtle's free firing. Drake down to 2K. They want to burn it down. It's going to be stolen by Wild Turtle. TSM have managed to stop the Soul again. A 1-for-1 trade, but the jungler's down. Revenge wants the angle, and now
pretty much fully prepped. TSM would like to pop it right now. If they can get some damage onto this Meganar, force him to Mega out early before IMT is ready, that would be huge, but Turtle's just gonna kill it. They're not even there. It's going down instantly.
Turtle just has gone. DPS. The Soul is gone. TSM weathered the storm for the longest time, and now over the wall goes Boogie. Pop goes Tactical. tactical. Balulu is exhausted, and TSM ain't done. Boogie with a flash follow. Balulu is down. Balulu is down. And that means Immortals are short to follow. Turtle flashes forward. That's what you know him for. That's what you love him for. And that's what won TSM this.
Rushing down the fourth one, then getting those kills. Revenge not going to be able to defend. TSM will take it, and it is a monster performance from Turtle. 10-3-6 on the Caitlyn. Really showing up here for TSM on the LCS stage. Good. I see them moving around. I see things happening.
Let's go! It's time for game 3 of the day. Number 2 C9 going against.
But it is, you know, that dangerous move to actually look for there because you are down a level. He's going for the all-in.
Big crit. The Ghost ready to follow up. JoJo's in some trouble, and MNS chops him over the head.
Even that second crit, I don't know if he gets the kill if he doesn't get that. Oh, this is bad.
Oh no, JoJo could be in so much trouble here. MNS has ulti. Does he even have to use it? Nope.
Is about even, but he's going to be on 0 sums with flash available on the Thresh. That is actually so dangerous. If you have no cleanse, you call the Elise back down to bot. If the wave is pushing out, all of a sudden Thresh flashes in, flays you up, throws the lantern to Elise, and you really got no way out of that. So gonna have to be really careful for these next couple minutes until at the very least he has his cleanse back.
Charge out of that. Yeah, it should just get a couple of plates here. And then JoJo's gonna be forced back by MNS, who still is not afraid of stepping up and fighting him here. Meanwhile, bottom side, Berserker just gets absolutely dunked on. FBI taking the kill credit is perfect for Evil Geniuses as well. Blabber's coming down, but Sven's already dead. Vulcan for C9, but bottom lane is coming up all EG all the time, and the gold is back to tie. JoJo wants to go in for MNS, but he's ready to fight back now too. JoJo gets back away, but he forced out the ult, and that's exactly what he wanted to do.
And JoJo still has his own ult, so MNS actually has to play a little bit respectfully here. It can get pretty dangerous. EG gonna be taking a dragon up there. Almost see if Blabber can steal. No, he cannot.
I like the attempt. Of course, something else to happen from it. Blabber did not have explosive cast back up and ready, so there wasn't a real play to be made there. Berserker landing a lot of damage on JoJo! Gets him through flat. A little bit of that brain fog, just a little bit of that not fully being aware of the situation can end up costing you pretty big.
Absolutely. I mean, it is tough. JoJo's obviously making some mistakes in this one, getting punished for it, but it is also feeling under the weather, so you know, a little bit hard to kind of give that full level of criticism that you would normally want to give.
Exactly.
But, you know, EG's bot lane doing very well. Elise getting down there.
And they see Blabber on the red too, so EG, they want to bring Vulcan down. They're thinking about just killing the jungler. He's going to be right there in the way of the cocoon. He takes the red with him, but JoJo is going to be the one securing it there with the kill. They fire off the Nami.
Tough opponent, and FlyQuest, you know, is still on top of the table currently. So are some tough ones they have to go against. MNS getting aggressive. He's gonna go.
Oh, it's the Gale Force, and again, it's a Tryndamere. He tried to escape with the ulti, but it was too late.
Yeah.
MNS gets the solo kill.
He's got to be willing to use those ultimates earlier. He's just not respecting these all-ins, but Berserker in trouble.
Berserker may be the one getting all in now. That Spiderling eats a lot of the culling, and Berserker's still fine. You can see that he did use the cleanse to get away there. But the victory in the bottom lane with MNS over JoJo means C9 has control over the bottom half of Summoner's Rift, which means Blabber is going to grab the last little bit of this tier 1 turret. Yes, he will. Fudge having completed his Sunfire Cape. Remember that Sunfire Cape scales off of max HP now with the AoE aura? That's why it's always fun to compare the damage on Sion when he has it to anybody else's.
Yeah.
79 and rising. As remember, you stay in combat, it ramps up. FBI is eating a whole lot of damage from calling there, but managed to disengage a good chunk of it. 98 damage per tick from that Sunfire Cape of Fudge, and JoJo
Actually have IE for this fight. There's no shot he's gonna be able to finish that. Someday could be in some trouble here.
Someday getting caught out. 0-0-0 so far in this game for both top laners. Someday continues to live. They can't finish him off in time, but Blabber just kills Inspired off to the side instead. Remember that JoJo has no ulti. It might be ready in time for the Dragon, but it ain't ready now. He's able to get the Q3 back.
FBI is isolated.
FBI is alone. A virtual rise. They shut him down and see.
And they just kind of get caught out in transition. People coming from different angles. You're not considering who they might be running into on the way over. There's no chance to steal this. And Dragon hadn't already spawned. So there was no chance of a trade either. So this is kind of C9. It feels like putting a bit of a bow on it. They are so far ahead now. He's on the other side of you, and now Sven could be in some trouble, but no. JoJo gets CC.
Yeah, JoJo just had no no business being there. He thought he saw a way, maybe getting back into the game. He's saying, all right, we're
Yeah,
so far.
nice little sidestep from Blabber, and they're gonna look.
M&S will lead the charge as long as he has that ulti and he's ready to use it. He's in no danger. There, finally gonna be propped. So now he'll try to get away. M&S, complete disengage, 200 or 300 HP remaining. Blabber's in the middle, but now he goes golden to buy himself an extra moment. Sven fires the bubble at Blabber to give him some extra movement speed and help him get away, and Fudge has joined the fight. They find the knockup onto Inspired, who tries to flash out, but a little bit more damage takes him down, and M&S is the one to do it. Evil Geniuses get scattered by the Gragas ulti, and they try to regroup, but the culling is once again ready to be unloaded. Blabber looks for more chances to zone these guys off. Someday gets caught up again, might just die this time, but it looks like once more he'll escape. But the Nexus is now about to be focused. EG on their last little bit of a defense. JoJo jumps in. What can he find? He's trying to get something. The rest of EG want to stand and fight. They grab a shutdown over on the Berserker. Fudge is still alive. Blabber's waddling away. They shut down the Scion, but what about the dead body? He's got a lot of HP. He's just going to stand there and beat JoJo to death. Just barely misses out on it. EG holds.
Just hooked under, and they're gonna go again.
We're right back to live, and EG is on the defensive. Vulcan's the one here in the front, soaking most damage, and Berserker's getting it all done. JoJo wants to use the ulti into the middle. He finds a kill. He wants to get a little bit more with the Q3, connecting to the Berserker. Fudge is still in the middle of everyone, but M&S died with the ulti up. Cloud9 and their mid laners with Trendemir ultis. I'm having flashbacks.
This Baron, and I do like this. Really difficult for EG to make their way in. Scion is just bodyguarding. They can't commit to him, and the Baron is just gonna be gone.
Yeah, there's no way you can ever commit onto that Scion. M&S looking for the opportunity to get the flank here, but Sumday's also going to block him away. JoJo's taken very low, but he's not dead yet. He's still trying to get out. M&S wants to change that. He goes in. The Gale Force is not quite able to find the kill, but Fudge is occupying everybody else in the meantime. Sven grabs the kill on JoJo. Sumday's going to tank in the front. M&S gets one on Vulcan. Fudge taking the credit at the end, but Inspired and FBI are left to run. Someday wants to solo out Blabber, but Sven's going to keep him alive. Someday still trying to chase his way back into the fight, but FBI is shut down, and C9 finally marches to victory.
They're gonna take it. FBI could not get through the Scion. They still got 6,000 health left. What are you supposed to do about it?
I think they healed him there by the end. C9, the man on your screen.
All right, long have we awaited. The game will finally start.
No more.
All right, on to the Rift now for 100 Thieves versus Golden Guardians. It'll be a 5-way spread coming out.
The lead over River right now, and he wants to come even those gank times.
Yeah, the visit from River earlier. Now Closer going to show up in the mid lane, going after Gory, able to land the Sonic Wave, resonating strike in first blood.
He just using his heal, and Closer's on a rampage.
Man. He's all over the place. Licorice going to take a bite out of that one, waiting for the Sonic Wave. You want that execution damage, and he...
Thieves. Bottom side has had some good pressure, though.
Explosive cast going out onto Licorice. Licorice returning that damage. Nice thing about the Renekton is
mid lane?
decent sustain, but here we go. Fi coming out in the mid. He's there to put down the silence, which means close.
Into the Soraka silence from 100% to 0. It's a dangerous job clearing those control wards around mid.
Very much. Especially when you got the wee Soraka running around the place. People don't realize just how strong that silence really is. You put it down at the right time. Doublelift's not using his ultimate. Bjergsen's not using his ultimate. Who he can time that well, it does a lot of work.
Winning out in the CS. From all those exchanges, though, all of the kind of casualties have been on the other side. River just goes instantly to start up this dragon, and he should be able to get it, seeing as how Closer is on Gromp and bottom lane is full as just recalled. So nice timing window here, taken advantage of by the Golden Guardians. River will slip right in, and his ult will be up after the dragon too, so they can look for another play.
It's pretty nice right now. They got priority over in that bottom lane, which means they can shift out their bottom lane to secure
For a much easier mid game.
And the Thieves so far have been generating a gold lead, even without this game going as fast as it is. But here we go. Huhi caught out. Emperor's Divide. Huhi, you roamed out at the wrong time, and Closer's going to cash in. Landing the Sonic Wave. Beautiful double. We're putting pressure down here. River has shown up. 3 versus 3. Double lift is a little bit too low. We'll use the Feather Storm. He's got to be careful in that position. Blade Color can come right out, but already first turret going to go down. Closer, thanks to the Rift Herald, might give his life for it, though. And that's exactly the case, because Stixay is running them down with that pea shooter. Bop, 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 and drop in the Thieves. Golden Guardians knows that's not the Lee Syndrome you want to take. The Guardians now starting up this Rift Herald. Thieves in the mid lane do have priority as they start to collapse in.
Here comes the teleport. It's really deep towards red buff, though.
Licorice right behind the pit. Ultimate gonna go wide for River, but the fight still coming out. Gory looking to land the big ultimate right here, but goes wide so the Thieves can clean up the Guardians. Or is it gonna be enough? There it is, the knock up from the body slam of Tenacity, bouncing off the belly.
Time Tenacity can buy. He clears out the minion wave. He does have flash and ult available, but they have no idea.
Oh, spots it out now with the sweeper, but already caught out by the ultimate of River. 4-man Thieves, though, to have this 5K lead against the Guardians, a team that got their first 4 losses on the first 4 games, then only picked up 1 loss after that, after all 8 of their wins. It's showing that things are coming together for this roster as they do get control of the River. It's still very, very low.
Stixay Zeri fully set up on Vision again. Control wards in place. Tenacity screening here. All he has to do is keep River out. 6,000 HP.
Gory's right there. Soul Unbound has to back off.
Nice ult.
Ooh, Fate's still available, but River can't get over the wall. Bucio will deny it. And like that, 100 Thieves make out with a high spell grab the Baron.
The Thieves, they easily take that without any casualties, but Hui's already dead.
Ooh, Hui, there's not enough fruit. Set up a game plan and they're playing to it, but here comes the plan from the Guardians. A teleport on the flank. Ruthless Predator goes out, but it doesn't get on to double lift. Licorice runs low, Gory runs in, but that's the wrong direction, friend. Closer will take him down.
Oh man, Golden Guardians are so out of sorts. They've been demolished here. That was not timing the Licorice flank with, oh, Bjorkson!
Oh, Bjorkson! With the Emperor's Divide to divide the hopes of the Guardians. Another double kill picked up by Closer, and they're looking to just end this out, Kobe.
Yeah, 100 Thieves are all business, and they are done with this game.
Ooh, what a display from the Thieves. They got a new coach in, Nuke Duck doing some work, and it is paying dividends. 10K lead, 24-minute game. 100 Thieves will take it.
Oh, Lee! This is a. Yeah, he only had to pull off about 5 separate game-winning plays for them to
How many highlight reel Shurima shuffles can we make?
All right, let's get on to the Rift. Aurelion Sol picked again. CLG, they can't.
We're sticking with it right now. Ignar trying to stick on contracts as well. Lantern goes out. Tomo under pressure, doesn't have the flash. Dead to rights. Luger will grab first blood. Returned on the opposite end. Jensen will take down contracts.
So the good news
behind the Dragon Pit does see that ward over there, but a control ward will deny the vision. Starting up the Dragon will be Santorin.
Honestly, I feel like CLG could fight it, even though there's a really big wave. I wonder if they want to try and contest. Contract moves over, and mid wave is also pushed. I guess they give it up. Yeah, Jensen's going to be able to push on mid. Bottom side moved in. Nice move here from Dig, taking advantage of the timing window. Dragon secured.
Ooh, Ignar, death sentence over the wall, but only for harassment.
Turret, so it means their bottom lane gets the early move up the river. Since Dig didn't jump on it in the top side possibility, CLG will be happy to rotate their bottom lane up. Look at this, Zaya's going back down already.
Oh, and Dig might want to fight this. Yeah, looking to take it right now. Body slam comes out from Dokla to hold the line. Disguised Descend, still looking for more. It's going to be Arma. Gets critically low. Dokla will take a whole chunk out of him. Boom, on retreat. And
back down bottom, CLG could have hard committed to it, but Luger goes back down bottom, and then Ignar comes over, even though it's a little bit delayed. That Dignitas focus fire there. Annihilate Dokla. They force contracts out. They claim the Rift Herald. Dignitas looking to double their win today.
So far, so good for Dignitas. That pressure coming out from Jensen in the mid lane. Set Palafox behind. Jensen so far, pretty good lead coming out. Same with the rest of Dignitas. It's going to result in them getting some priority onto this river. They'll be the first one to the punch as they'll take the second Drake of the game. Able to secure that, and not a thing.
This is the way to do it. Try and get the executions with your singularity.
That ultimate, by the way, is one of the most beautiful things they've thrown in this game. Given how busted it is, Death Sentence going to come out. Fight bringing out to the bottom lane. A beautiful flay is found, and Poom gets dropped. Dignitas still continuing the lead off of Santorin's gank in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Coming in here, they had high expectations for this roster. Shame it fell by the wayside, but here comes CLG looking to put more into the wounds. Luger will grab a kill.
Well, well, well. Looks like they want to make him pay for it. Teleport coming into 4v2.
Armut has arrived on the Gator, looks over towards Luger. Will be able to put the Ruthless Predator and stop him in.
Both Ben. They went really deep into Dignitas territory in order to accomplish that, and Dignitas make them pay, get more on the backside. Bottom turret is dead. They rotate over to the Rift Herald just in time. And this time, CLG feel Aurelion Soul's at the point, charged up ultimate, that they actually might want to fight. All it takes is a really good Gragas ultimate to completely make these fights a different story here. If you're able to separate an isolated member right into your team, push back that big fed Cassiopeia with it at the same time, then that would be devastating for Dignitas, and they don't want to risk it at this point. So it looks like they will cede control for now over to the Rift Herald. Hex gates mean you can return pretty quickly, but might not be quick enough. They're just going to give up Dragon number 3, it looks like, to make a hard push towards top side.
Champion's a nightmare, man. Definitely interesting how this champion scales up and puts all that devastation onto the map. Dignitas, they didn't play for the Rift Herald, but they're still continuing with that Dragon stacking win condition, and now it's going to be Dragon Soul Point, back to back to back off the spawns.
It's going to be a nice test this game to see just what can you pull off with Aurelion Soul late, because guess what? We'll take Baron and instantly melt it with the Cassio. So this makes CLG's job in the mid game really difficult, and Dokla's job even more difficult.
Oh, Big Doke's gonna get caught out. Santorin ganking onto the bottom lane. And Dignitas, this momentum in this game against CLG. Over to the Dragon, leads over to the river. Death Sentence coming out of the brush, landing on no one. Still looking for this fight, still trying to eyeball it out. Santorin right onto Dokla, but CLG have provided enough space to not get engaged on.
That was huge. They wait out the Sejuani ultimate hook.
Oh, here we go. It lands right on the money, and Dokla dies. Out comes the ultimate, though, from Palafox. The skies descend, and Dignitas crumble, breathing death onto Dig.
And that is CLG winning the critical team fight. They gave up 3 dragons in a row. All they want to do is collect the Stardust. Dignitas going to teleport back out, though. They still want this dragon.
Oh, Armut is here. Ignar is pretty
No
low.
junglers.
Jensen hasn't lost too much health. Boom on the flank. Here comes Palafox. Able to breathe the light right onto the Gator. Armut will go golden. Pops that stopwatch. Jensen still putting in the fangs. A lot of damage going on to Poom, but he will slide out. Palafox still getting chased by the snake. Provides enough distance. CLG, they really want this dragon. They don't want to give the Dragon Soul over to Dignitas.
They certainly don't, and they want to get it off the map quickly enough that Dig can't go over to Baron. They will be able to get it. Dokla teleported out. CLG.
Nice. I mean, that's Luger for you. He does these incredibly aggressive plays. Now Jensen finds one with the Petrifying Gaze. Ooh. Chain of CC from Jensen. Santorin linking up with the combo.
This is clean. 30-second window now that we've been talking about all game long. The dragon number. Oh, they're actually going to go for the fight here. Shirelius.
Oh, caught out. They're on to Dokla. Dokla's able to slide out. Now still 5 strong is Dignitas. They're continuing right now, but here comes Armut, tries to find Dokla. Dokla goes down, already one picked up, but the skies descend and eviscerate Dignitas. Leading the charge is Luger with the Featherstorm, but Armut is there to turn this around and dig back to counterlaunch.
They did it! They did it! Luger went too far forward on this Aya. He doesn't use his flash to get out of range. He goes down. Palafox is the only one now.
Oh, Armut's getting low.
One dragon versus the
Wait.
world, and the dragon might win.
Wait, no way. Palafox looking to take this. Armut flashes. He can't get the Ruthless Predator on Palafox, but finally Jensen is here. Palafox will make that distance, will make that space, but he's bought a lot of time. Unfortunately, not enough as Dignitas will secure Baron.
They did it. They did it. The Baron empowered recall means a Crocodile respawned behind Luger, and then he was too far forward. And so without the Xayah, the supporting carry here for CLG, it was just the dragon, and that is not enough, it turns out.
Yeah, that was a tough spot for Luger. You need to get that DPS in, but you also need to respect where Armut is. Good thing for him is that Guardian Angel is going to be down this time around. CLG posturing up around the Drake, getting it critically low. Contracts looking to secure the smite. Secure it he will. Featherstorm comes out, able to drop a star over to...
Dignitas trying to use the last remnants of their Baron pushing power.
Brilliant Soul's not okay, man.
We'll see about that. What can Dig do? They've got a fed Cassio.
Oh, whiffing the ultimate Santorin. Not gonna land it. Oh, but the Death Sentence lands and it's right on a Palafox. Ultimate gonna come out from Palafox, able to land a 5-man knock-up, and 2 fall for Dignitas as CLG press the gas pedal right through the damn car. Jensen and Tomo to go. Their screen is gonna be black and white in a matter of seconds. The setup for CLG, and this is so painful right here because they're staggering those death timers on both of the carries for Dignitas. Still, the line's going to be drawn. You got to give some respect to the damage that these two carries do bring in. And on the blink of an eye, they're going to go for the engage. Jensen and Tomo looking to bring it. Out comes the Featherstorm, but both carries will fall. It cost it.
To me, you can tell I'm a little frustrated by that particular part. That particular part of the champion. Dignitas, though, they're going to funnel in towards that dragon with the extra vision control. They've got the control ward down. Jensen.
Careful here. Oh, ultimate gonna come out. Able to get the knock-up onto 3. CLG destroy Tomo. That's both your carries down, man. Dignitas can't do a thing in this fight.
Yeah, all right. CLG are too far ahead now. They bring down. They can grab the dragon, go over to Baron. Both Dignitas carries are dead. Really, the world is your oyster.
It certainly is. They've now made it over to Dragon Soul Point. No, Dignitas playing around that neutral for oh so long. They're able to get over to that point and haven't claimed another Drake since, but now CLG aren't content with Dragon Soul Point. They want to grab the Red Bull Baron as well, and Santorin racing that position. 3k health remains. Santorin looking for a steal, but Dokla will deny it.
Dokla doing what he's done best. Dignitas.
Ooh, Santorin wants to find an engage. Lands the ultimate only onto Dokla. Palafox on the flank. Tomo's going to chase him down. Over the wall, Palafox will go, and Tomo is empty-handed. One going to drop by the side. CLG losing one, but Dignitas looking for more suddenly. They might have some momentum on their side. They got to keep Tomo safe, but keep in mind, Tomo has no flash. Jensen does. Can clutch this out. CLG are too low. They're not going to take this fight anymore, but look at this Hex Gate coming out from Armut. Has the flank right now, walks over to where Luger is, hops onto Contracts, but Luger does too much damage. Feathers fly, popping out the Guardian Angel and securing the Drake. Dignitas will get it into their pocket. CLG, they tried to deny it. They denied 3 in a row, but Dignitas
and that is snowballing into a Baron. Contracts, can he get there for a steal? He has ultimate.
Oh, no way. Dignitas, they get the Baron, but is this fight gonna belong to CLG? Ultimate gonna come out from Santorin over the wall. Dokla will fall. That was Cass, pulling him right back in, and Palafox will breathe light onto the back of their necks and make them suffer. Go away. Tomo turns it around, finds a triple kill, and Dignitas, every time you count them out, they bring it right back.
Dignitas are doing! Before the death timers are there, just go tank the turret, rush in there, kill that inhibitor. You've got 20 seconds before the dragon gets up. Burn this thing down.
I'm watching a rerun right now, Kobe. This feels very much like that Evil Geniuses game. Oh, now coming for it. They need to take down Dokla. That would be a massive stagger death timer. Already one Nexus Tower going to go down. Puma looking to get the disengage for Dokla, but Dokla is dead. Oh, Dignitas, they've taken the second Nexus, and you wanted it. They need to double their wins. They need to beat CLG. Dig will do just that.
Dignitas.